Hello gamers, and how are you going today? I'm Sulu and I'm here to bring you the official high tier, low tier, medium tier skill list. Now, I know you're all looking forward to it, I'm looking forward to it, so let's get started. I'm gonna explain some simple things in this video. I'm gonna go over what are the highest skilled Pokemon in the game, what are like about everything's average, and of course, I guess I'm gonna dreadfully go over what are probably likely to be the worst or lowest skill Pokemon you can main in Pokemon Unite. Now, of course, if you're looking forward to this, if you're excited, buckle up, get ready, make sure you watch the whole video because I leave explanations on each one of the Pokemon and you guys be ignoring that. And that's sad. That's sad. I hurt. I'm sorry I'm boring, guys. But alright. Before we get anything started, remember to like, sub, and comment down below. What do you think? Am I on copium? Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know. Alright, let's get started. So, to begin, we'll go Venusaur. Immediately, medium skill. Well, okay, you have one moveset which is so easy to play, Petal Dance and Giga Drain, but the other moveset, the beams, require skill to aim. You need to aim your Unite move. If you don't aim your Unite move properly, you're going to do 0 damage at the big end game team fight, and it's really, really devastating. But outside of that, it's not like insanely hard, but it's not easy because you still have the position and everything. Gengar is on the medium skill as well. Normally, I would want to put this in the high skill. I think the Hex build, it's good. Like it's a high skill moveset, but it's at the end of the day, it's like it comes down to okay, I spam buttons. Like it's really I spam buttons. There's no real combos or intricacies with it. The other moveset, Dream Eater, I would love to put it higher, but I just don't think it's there. Mr. Mime. I actually think Mr. Mime is incredibly high skilled. Guys, I know you're all laughing right now. You're all hating on Mr. Mime, but Mr. Mime's wall placements, if you understand how Mr. Mime works, you can actually trap players so easily. You cannot move on half the character. Take Venusaur, for example. Venusaur cannot escape if you have 2 walls up. But it's up to you to figure out how to do that. But I'm genuinely serious. You can trap them in. They can't kill you. It's beautiful. You can use your Unite move to stutter step all the damage and then wall up. It's so perfect. The stuns on confusion. You have some insane plays. You can flash or eject over the player and push them into your team. It's huge. This character actually has to be rated as one of the higher skill Pokemon in the game. Okay, I have to put Lax on medium tier because if we have Mime, it's like Lax at the end of the day is a giant wall of HP. There is a lot of skill expression in Lax. Don't be getting it wrong, I'm not hating on Lax, but it isn't necessarily like, oh wow, okay, the player's out of this world to play this. I think a lot of the time, Lax is going to be on the end of, oh, okay, how good is your wall positioning, and do you know the heavy slam ulti tricks, blah 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 blah. You have some Flail-Lax gameplay. That actually belongs in low skill. If you play Flail-Lax, I'm sorry guys, that's a low skill moveset. You know it. You click Flail, you run at them, you start smacking. Yeah, you get to it. Alright, okay, Gardevoir. What are we thinking about Gardevoir? And for Gardevoir, I think it's pretty simple. I think Gardevoir is actually in the high skill. If you don't hit if the Unite move is hit, well, it is you're a master of the game. You've done the best ulti. I think I have group ulti. You have Psychic, which I guess is pretty low skill. This is the direct skill shot. But both of the aiming abilities in Psyshock and Future Sight require some coordination and aim. And I believe that you're rewarded for being better at this move. So of course it's high skill. I think there's a lot to learn from it. You also have to be careful in your positioning. Unlike, so it's like Venusaur, but with way more skill shots and with a lot more impactful opportunities due to the skill, mainly Future Sight, right? Whereas, I'd say normally I would want to put Hex Gengar up there, but nah, it just can't be. Look at Gengar. Low skill on Absol. I know. I'm sorry, guys. This is the lowest skill Pokemon in the game. I've made a video on this. It is entirely luck-based. Run everything crit, and if you critical strike, you kill someone. And if you don't unalive someone. And it's actually insane. It's just I don't understand how the gameplay works like that. But hey, look, it's the designer's choice to give a Pokemon crit chance as a passive, and the whole thing is predicated around if you can critical strike for 4,000 damage or not. So maybe Night Slash is a bit higher, but to add our first addition to the low skill tier list, you guys know it. If you're Absol main, you know that you're cheesing. It's really good against the noobs as well. Alright. Garchomp. I love Garchomp. I'm a bit of a Garchomp main myself, and I'm sorry, I has to go low. You have one combo. There is the difficulties to it. But if you were Earthquake Dig, guys, You know, if you know, you know. Earthquake dig, really? Like, you're jumping in, dropping an Earthquake, dropping Unite move, and that's about it. You hold the A button outside of that. There's literally no other gameplay. You have no options. But yeah, like, look, I'm happy to fight on that one. Like, I'll like to take on your guys' criticism. Of course, be honest in the comment section. Tell me if I'm silly and goofy. This is just all my personal opinion. Now, Lucario has to go high skill. Both movesets are hard to play. Extreme speed being even harder with all the, like, there's intricate mechanics to give you extra auto attacks. There's auto attack weaving. There's extreme plays that you can make with Lucario based on the reset timers and using Bone Rush correctly. I mean, like, look at it. Overlord went from one of the best Lucarios in the world to the best Zoroark in the world to 2 times world champion. Like, I mean, it's adding up, guys, in the dots. The MVP is the best at this, and so, of course, you have to say this is one of the highest skill Pokemon in the game. And into the low skill, it's Crustle. Come on. Like, I'm sure none of us have, like, there's a million IQ. I'm not taking away from the, like, brainy aspect of the game. Like, you know, you can be a million IQ and stuff, but like with Mr. Mime, for example, there is the plays you can make that are, like, facilitating other people's plays. With Crustle, it's just so simple. It's just, like, the wall, it's like static. You have little control, and then of course X Scissor. Like, if you're taking a stealth route, I mean, I don't know, man. Brain character for sure, but skill ways, no, not really. I'd say it's about application of the skills. Greninja, high skill. It has to be high skill because this character, I mean, it depends. If you go Shuriken, I would even put it medium if you go Shuriken. But it's high skill because the skill cap on Surf, like being able to understand how the Surf works, the resets, everything, you're going to be able to get a lot more value out of this Pokemon if you're better at it than not. Like, I guess that's the main thing I'm trying to point out. If you're good at that character, you're going to get a lot of value. And if you're bad at it, you're going to get no value. Whereas the Pokemon on the low skill tier list, if you're bad at it, you're going to get some value. And if you're good at it, you're going to get, like, some value still. All right. Talonflame. I'm going to put Talonflame in the medium tier list. Normally, I would put it higher. But the reason why I'm putting it in the medium tier list is for this simple cause. I want to put Talonflame in the medium tier list because I think Fly has some good mechanics and some good tricks to it. Aerial Ace has a lot of tricks to it. It's Brave Bird as well. But overall, the character is a bit clunky when it comes together, and it really rewards you for sort of just like chilling. Like, a lot of the time, you can be a good Talonflame, but the best Talonflame in the world isn't going to be like a head and head and head over you. It's going to be like, yeah, it's like significantly better, but it's not going to feel like, oh, I did nothing because I don't know how to play Talonflame. Like, it's like, oh, Talonflame is pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to do it. And that being said, it's Charizard. Like, low skill. I mean, don't aim. Like, okay, you aim Flamethrower or Flyer Blast. I'll give you that. But I'm seeing, like, Charizards with Potion, Punch, and Flare Blitz, and they just grab me. Like, that's exactly the whole gameplay. And, like, look, at the end of the day, that does go down to a low skill tier list. Like, it's not a bad thing to be in the low skill tier list, but yeah, like it's just the nature of the character. It's not meant to be designed to have 1,000,002 mechanics and like outplay or do absolutely nothing. I feel like Charizard right now is like does absolutely nothing a majority of the time, and then when it does something, it's okay. Zeraora goes down the medium. I'm gonna put in the medium skill. You do have the pull mechanic. You can use Unite move to dodge. There's a lot of things, but at the same time, like as for a speedster, like what? Discharge is a very basic move. Wild Charge, I mean, I don't know if you can get easier than Wild Charge, guys. Spark as well. Spark, Wild Charge, like Volt Switch is the only talented move, and maybe some Unite like tricks and like understanding how the passive works. But outside of that, it's really hard to judge. Cinderace is in the low skill tier list. I'm sorry, guys. I know there's a lot of... I'm a Cinder fan. I really want to say, like, I'm a Cinder fan. Like, of course, you're going to have Cinders at the very highest level be different, but that's because of game awareness, game knowledge, and, like, actual, like, positioning. It's not because of Cinderace. At the end of the day, what does Cinderace do? Hold the A button, or, you know, tap the screen, or hold the attack button on the screen. And... you know, that's what the character is meant to do. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it does mean that, like, the difference between the best in the world and then, like, an average Cinder is not going to be so huge. Yes, it's going to be still a diff. You're going to see the difference. But, yeah, like, definitely different. Eldegoss, this is actually high skill. Now, you guys are going to be like, dude, this guy is on Copium. Like, Eldegoss and Cinder are the same Pokemon. But, like, look, there's a difference. I play against a lot of Eldegosses, and I see them always missing Pollen Puffs or, like, aiming Pollen Puff badly. Pollen Puff is, like... one of the hardest healing moves to like consistently hit on moving targets. Like, these people are relying on, like, synergy over hundreds of duo games played, like, where they swap characters to understand the other character. And I understand that's respectable. It's good. It's fine. But, like, the best Elder Gods is, like, shout out my boy Service. Dude, this guy, he does not miss. He's just dropping the Pollen Puff. Dropping the Polepuff on his friends. They're all getting healed to full. It's like a nightmare to play against. Definitely, like, okay, look, you know what? I'm going to edit this and put it into the medium skill because, like, look, if that's our only mechanic, maybe not. There is some, like, Elder Bomb tricks and stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys heard of it, but you put Cotton Spore on yourself, you lift up, and then you drop down, and it'll blow up both of them at the same time, and you'll, like, one-shot someone. Elder Bomb. I could make a lot of other jokes there, but we'll just settle for Elder Bomb. But okay, all right, I put a medium. Cramorant. I mean, Cramorant has to go on the high skill tier list. Nah, I'm memeing you. It's medium. Even though I believe it does deserve to some extent the highest skill, I think like its actual expression in the game is limited by the fact that it does have access to that Unite move and Surf. If it didn't have, like, if you were forced to go the other moveset every game, I think it would have to be high skill because double dashes with auto attack no, we're gonna put it high skill because double dashes with auto attack resets, if you're ever going that moveset, it is the hardest in the game for sure. Surf also has an auto attack pickup. Hurricane, probably the easiest move in the set, and it's a small circle AoE that you have to aim. Like, it's a hard Pokemon, and that's why it's seeing some success. Been the small players who use it, and it's also seeing some, like, you know, like terrible games from players who don't use it. Blastoise, come on guys. Blastoise. I don't even want to say it. You spin and you're unstoppable. You surf and you're unstoppable. You have CC or damage. And your Unite move is a giant circle the size of the Ray Pit that knocks everyone up. It's broken. Okay, Pikachu actually belongs at the bottom of the low skill tier list. Have you ever seen a Pikachu do something absolutely... I mean, I'm sure you guys have, but I personally hate this character. Volt Tackle is so annoying. Electro Ball is so annoying. Thunderbolt and Thunder are the only moveset that, like, have any skill, in my opinion. And more importantly, the Unite move, it's just you click it when you see people. Like, you don't even have to aim it. It's just like, it's like Blastoise, but worse. It's a squishy Blastoise. No, actually, you know what? Blastoise is probably easier, but... Hey, look, Clefable, oh my. It has to go into low skill in terms of its playset. If you roll high on the Unite move and get Hyper Beam every single time, you're the best player in the game. Why? Because you're lucky. No, there's no skill in that. There's no, like, insane moments. It was luck. So I know, it sucks to say it. It's not like there's nothing wrong with the players who play these characters. I want everyone to know. Like, it's just the characters themselves are, like, inherently built to be this way. There is some mechanics, there's secrets and stuff, and that does separate the very best of them. But yeah, for a character like Clefable, you walk around healing people, you put a circle aura. Follow Me is interesting, does deserve some praise. Disarming Voice, if you take this, you're trolling. And the Unite move, complete RNG. Of course, you can use it different ways, but it's more brain player than anything else. A9. I have to put A9 as well into the low skill tier list. The mechanics of how it plays is exactly what I was mentioning. It's auto attack based, otherwise has one combo, which probably does deserve it to put in the medium tier skill list, but I'm a bit mean. I permanently get stunned by A9s and I hate them, so it goes into the low skill tier list. Wigglytuff. I'm sorry. You're just into, like, even with roll, like, if you took rollout every single game, maybe. But then at the same time, I have PTSD from season 1 rollout. Like, it's just trolling. Like, nah. Into the low skill tier list. You have Sing, and then you have a slap / like a scream, and that's pretty much your entire character. Your Unite move is, once again, no targets. Slowbro. I mean, like, people screw this one up, but it's also a low skill tier list. Telekinesis is interesting. I think Telekinesis has, like, a lot of expression in that sense, where you can pull someone in, but it's just not, like, it's never going to get run over Amnesia, which is so easy. You literally just heal half your health bar. And then Surf and Scold are both really easy to play, very easy to use. It's a brain character, once again. Like, it's not, I'm not dismissing the tactics of the characters and, like, how to play them. Their effectiveness is extremely high for the usability. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you see meta characters in the low skill, you should understand that these are Pokemon. They're extremely high, like, brain characters. Like, if you use them well, they're very, very broken. I'm going to put Machamp in the medium skill tier list. you have dynamic punch, you have the run at thing, and then you have close combat and stuff. But the Unite move is entirely based off your timing, of your aiming. It is a pretty easy Unite move, but yeah, I see a lot of people screw them up, and I'm sure you guys do as well. Definitely has to be in like some sort of higher plane, because if it was easy, you know, you can screw up a slow bro Unite move, but it's not like you can miss the Unite move. You can miss a target, but you can't miss it. I see Machamps miss the Unite move all the time. Now, Blissey, once again, for another support, I think it goes in the medium skill tier list simply because of this ability to understand how the Unite move works. If you're a good Blissey and you know how it's going to go on the target, what distance is going to peter off, like how are you going to shield and help them, like that Unite move, it makes the entire thing. It makes the entire kit. Mamoswine. Mamoswine goes into the medium skill tier list. What, you do have a skill shot. The Unite, like, I mean, I want to put in low. A lot of the tanks go in low simply because the idea that they fill in the game. But at the end of the day, like, Mama probably does deserve a bit more than that. You have like a really terrible start of the game right now, and Ice Fang is pretty nice. Like, you need to know how to use it, how to pick someone up, how to throw them down. You need to know how to like position yourself correctly. But like, these are also brain things. It sort of irks me to put it in the medium skill tier list. I'm gonna have to put in the low. Alrighty, Sylveon. I'm sorry, Sylveon. Off you go. I mean, guys, one cone skill shot, a buff, another point and click, and another point and click. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. It's just literally like, it's very easy to play. The very best Sylveons will see more impact, but the worst ones, like, there's not gonna like terribly peter off. Greedent. Okay, look, I hated Greedent for the longest time, but I have to admit it takes some skill to run a good Greedent now, especially now. Bullet Seed, okay, a little bit iffy. If you know how to use Bletch and then the dashing thing, and then use your Unite moves and stuff, like, I mean, it's a skill character if you actually have to add everything up. The best Greedents in the world are a lot better than the worst Greedents. That's just what it comes to. The Decidueye, it has to go into the medium tier list. I would love to put it in the highest, but because of its playing, like, okay, it has one auto aim move, which is annoying. Like, it takes away from the expression. And I would say, like, that its lack of outplayability, like, you can have some incredible snipes, but can we rate a character as high skill based on snipes alone? Probably not. Okay, Dragonite, low skill. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Outrage extreme speed? We really calling it high skill or medium? Nah. Maybe Hyper Beam to the medium, but nah, this is an easy character, guys. Free Dragon Dances, Hyper Beam. Dragon Dance, Outrage, boom, boom, boom. Dragon Dance, boom, boom, boom. That's exactly how it plays. Like, I mean, like, the fact that I can describe it in one sentence. The Unite move, like, I mean, like, if you want to have a Mega Brain, yeah, sure. But it's not a fighting type Unite move. Like, it's like a rotational thing. It's a brain power. There's nothing wrong with being low skill tiers. I'm going to keep saying this because I know I'm going to get flamed. But that's fine. I'm fine to be flamed. I just want you guys to know, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the low tier list. It's just that the character takes brain power over anything else. Serena. Guys, I mean, move resets on the passive. Auto attack stacking for the passive as well that creates a free move reset. Move combinations that give you new move combinations that are effectively meant to deal max damage combos. This is one of the hardest Pokemon in the game to master, and if you master it correctly, I believe that it pays off a reward that isn't the greatest right now, but it could be better, and it's a really good one. I mean, to me, it's pretty simple. Trevenant. Where do we put Trevenant? I think Trevenant's a fair medium skill. You have the expression on the push and the slams together. Like, I mean, you guys have all seen, like, Trevenants who yoink people away. I feel like Trevenant, yeah, maybe I'm being a bit biased to the other tanks, but Trevenant definitely has that expression in the gameplay, and you can really elevate it. Aegis Slash just deserves high skill. I'll give you a few reasons why. Once again, like Serena, its auto attack predicates like a lot about how the gameplay actually goes out. And especially in terms of like the damage dealing in Aegis Slash. You need to know what form you need to be in. The move Sacred Sword is inherently harder to hit. Iron Claw and the shields, whatever. But the shields, using them correctly, swapping between, and actually being in the right Unite form, when you unite down, like ready to kill them all, like you need to be very, very precise with the character. And when you are, well, you're going to get a better gameplay. So like, I feel like this is one of the hardest Pokemon to actually play in the game, because you need to have a good combination of brain and a very good combination of mechanics. Like you can't get caught in this other form. You need to perfectly time them, so you're constantly having the shield up, like able to know when I'm shield autoing, like for healing, or when am I sword autoing for damage. All right, Hoopa. I mean, Hoopa has to take the cake, right? Like, this is the hardest Pokemon in the game, technically. I think, like, as much as we'd love to argue about other characters, this is, like, not only extreme brain, but it's also extreme mechanics. You need to know how your holes work, how the HP regen works, how the timer with the Unite move works. Like, I mean, we're not even talking about the trick moveset where you can teleport them back. I don't know if you guys seen that. That's another level of coordination. It's, like, absolute smurfing. This Pokemon has like pretty much it has a whole new set of moves when it Unite moves as well, with stuns and execute ranges and stuff. They're easy moves to pull off for sure, but it's very, very powerful. Especially, you can tell the difference between a bad Hoopa and a good one a lot. And the best Hoopas, I mean, you feel it in the game. Duraludon, low skill. Oh wait, whoops, low skill. Do we even need to mention it? Do we even need to talk about it? I don't think we do. The fridge auto attacks things, and that's it. It literally just does that. Okay, Azumarill, another low skill. Critical chance in solo fights. Aqua Tail aims itself. Water Pulse bounces between opponents. Like, maybe Water Pulse aiming is like a bit harder. If you take Play Rough, you probably griefed yourself. That's a bit unfortunate. And the other moveset, I don't even know what the other move is, because no one's taken it forever from Water Pulse. I don't even know, man. I like this character. It's just like ulti is solo aim. I can tell the difference between a Azumarill master and a bad Azumarill, only because Azumarill's like, it's hard to play because it sucks. Actually, you know what's funny? I'm saying this all, but an Azumarill dropped 220k on me like 2 days ago, so maybe I shouldn't shit talk Azumarill. Unfortunate. Okay. This is the red Urshifu. You know, okay, no, it's not deserving of high skill. It's medium skill. You have extremely high damaging move based on one move. Your dash is very simple. Your Unite move has a lot of mechanics. You have a lot of mechanics in Urshifu, but the premise is still simple. You're still relatively strong. Your base stats are good, and your moves are generally good. Like, it's not, we're not asking this guy to do anything more than secure or one-shot players. Like, and that's like really its job. Espeon goes into the medium skill tier list. It depends on the build. I'd say that the particle one, what is it called? Psyshock, that's F tier. I don't know, the missiles. You guys know it. Like, it's but the other move is medium. Now, you know, yeah, like look. I think you'll notice the difference between good one and bad one. But it's more a brain character. Delphox has to be high skill, guys. Come on, let's be real. Flame Charge Delphox is probably one of the hardest things to do in the game. It's like an extreme combination of understanding when to dash away and when to dash back, when to hitting the ability, using Unite move, animation cancelling, like actually getting maximum potential out of Delphox requires a lot of brain power in addition to a lot of mechanics. Definitely a high skill Pokemon. Glaceon. I'm sorry, guys. It just is what it is. Some Pokemon are not meant to be difficult to play, and of course, their execution is at a much higher level. It's a brain power Pokemon. You need to position well. It's like Cinderace, but in a mage form. Okay, Oswald, medium skill. You have all these combos that are very nice, but at the end of the day, you grab someone, you one-shot them. Like, it's pretty easy. Players who made this, shout out to a few. Like, look, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. I know, we know, like, we all get it. It's Buzzwole. Yeah, like, it's going to be like Buzzwole gameplay. It's, you know, you pick someone up, punch him, pick someone up again, you know, auto attack them one more time, get the reset, pick someone up again. Like, yes, there is some mechanics. That's why I'm putting a medium, but like, it just cannot be high skill. Tyranitar. So for the sake of being how unplayable it is, it should go in high skill. Nah, Tyranitar, look, you need to understand some things, but it's not like the difficult Pokemon. I'm going to put him in the top of low skill because you need to hit this area of effect damage to get your true damage passive up. But at the end of the day, you could honestly just walk up to them, ulti, auto, and then you're going to get it off anyway and then start one-shotting them. Okay, Mew. This is technically the most difficult Pokemon in the game. because of its free moves. Yes, 1 is auto aim, 2 aren't. You have coaching, which is like probably the biggest brain move in the game that has not been utilized yet. It requires like a whole team's brain. Light screen, which is form CC, and agility. Like, I mean, this Pokemon's packed to the gills. You have all these different mechanics. You have the Unite move, you have boost auto. It's crazy. Good mix between brain and mechanics. Definitely up there at the highest. Cypher has to go in the high skill. Like, I mean, it's pretty simple once you understand it a lot, but you have 1,000,002 mechanics. Your execute ranges, your auto attack resets, your resets on abilities, and everything combining double hit and the slash. It's just beautiful. I think it comes into a perfect harmony. And I'll say the same for Dojo. Has to be labeled as one of the highest skill Pokemon in the game. Has an amazing skill cap with the boosted auto attacks, dashing into the other targets. It has an amazing skill cap with tri-attack, skill expression, aiming it correctly, and picking targets, disengaged, not engaged. Drill peck, jump kick. Agility is probably the only move that doesn't require too much brain power. That's why it was so broken when they bugged it out. But yeah, outside of that, it's pretty genius. I like it a lot. Scissor has to go into like the low skill. Like, I mean, everyone knows when you fight Scissor, if you dodge the bullet punch, well, then that character isn't a character. But outside of that, it's just tanky and annoys them. I want to put Sableye in high skill, but it's more of a brain character, so it just goes into the medium skill. Yes, you need to ward correctly. That's a skill issue, right? But your combos and stuff, they're pretty much laid out for you. And if you're not thinking, yeah, you're going to suck at the character. And if you're thinking, you're going to do okay. This is how it is. Zoroark. Well, of course. I mean, do I need to say more? Lucario, but better. Basically. Zoroark is like the king. It's like, it went from Greninja to Lucario to Zoroark. That's how the progression goes for these players. It's the king of... I didn't even know, man. It's the king of being Pokemon Unite. It's the Pokemon Unite signature character that I think like the game has nailed down on its head of like what is so strong, but like it's well balanced. But it doesn't feel well balanced to play against. Blue Urshifu, sort of in the same boat, just because of the auto attack resets, just because of how it all flows out. The best Blue Urshifus in the world, like shout out to PYI and Lucapo. Like, you can see there's a difference that supersedes anything we've seen. Anything we've seen. It's just like, it's so hard to deal with. And, you know, like, kudos to those players like mastering Pokemon to that level. But yeah, they were insane. Dragapult. I mean, come on, guys. I hold, like, it's a Cinderace too. Hold the A button, non-targeted Unite move. Even Cinder's Unite move is harder. I don't know. Is Comfy low skill? Come on, guys. Okay, maybe for aiming Grass Knot, it deserves medium. But, like, you have the choice to just do nothing all game. That's pretty insane. Gudra goes into, I'd say medium skill. Just because, like, there is some aiming to do. Otherwise, you're just going to get Bullet Sponge. Nah, Gudra goes into the low tier. It's just a Bullet Sponge. Lapras also goes into the low tier. Like, it should be very easy to max out Lapras. Yes, there's auto attacks that you can do. Yes, there's auto attacks you can think about and stuff. But at the end of the day, that's pretty much what it's going to be. Zacian goes into the medium tier list. I want to put it in high skill, but it's so low barrier to entry. Of course, the very best Zacians are like crazy and almost unplayable against. But at the same time, the bottom end of the Zacian, they're just going to auto-attack you to death, and it's going to be a nightmare. Chandelure. Chandelure goes into medium skill. Like, there's like a lot of aiming, a lot of thinking about how to play the character. And if you don't hit your spells, you die. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing as always. Like, it's going to be pretty auto-play, like, when it comes to overall. Like, comparatively to Mew, to Delphox, to Cramorant, it's not going to do much. Okay, Umbreon goes in the low skill tier list. You have a dash. And you can steal someone's shields. Come on, guys. Nah, we ain't running it. Leafeon, low skill. I'm hating on the EVs, but like, come on, guys. Like, I think the EVs, like, okay, Espeon probably is the exception. But like Leafeon in particular, like there's a lot of high skill opportunities, but it comes off the character being broken and like you using your game senses. I feel like EV players have very astute game senses because the characters have a low barrier to entry to understand them, and then you go and develop the game sense. It's nothing wrong with being low skill. I'm gonna say it again. Inteleon goes to medium. Ugh, I want to put it in high skill. It probably is high skill, like deservedly, but The reason I'm putting Inteleon in high skill is because I'm counting Snapshot as the primary move. Yes, the hitbox is obnoxious. Yes, it's overpowered. But the actual aiming and accuracy of it is dependent on the player. And you can see the difference between a good one and a bad one by a lot. The bad ones make you feel like it's a good character, like a medium character. And the good ones make you feel like this is the strongest Pokemon in the game. It should be instantly removed. Do I even need to talk about Mewtwo's? Both of you into I'm making a new tier. Easy. It's going to be called Toddler tier. TT. In the TT, they go actual garbage. They're both toddler tier characters. Blaziken goes into the high skill tier list, of course. The move combinations, the way it plays, like the philosophy behind Blaziken, it's all about doing these type of combinations, finding the right moves. It's not necessarily difficult. It does require a lot of brain too. Like, I'm not saying that Blaziken is the hardest Pokemon in the game. It's nothing like a combo. It's not as combo intensive as Zoroark or Urshifu, but it is combo intensive enough to give them to the point where you're auto attack canceling, you're getting in extra autos in the combos, and you're finding the right type of form to be in at what time with the brain power, with the mechanics to swap them in time. Mimikyu. It has to go to the medium skill tier list, despite I want to put it in a higher skill tier list. It's just Gengar disguised as a melee. If you're good at Gengar and bad at Mimikyu, you're not really good at Gengar, you're just getting lucky. And Meowscarada, I want to put it high skill, but it's, once again, it's just another medium skill, like, tier list. You have a lot of ability power to do different things, but at the end of the day, it plays out all the same. It's jump onto someone, Rengar them, and if you're not the Rengar build, which is like the Jump Claw, if you're not on the Jump Claw build, you're on the Bomb, and that's a bit more like technical and advanced with clone swaps and tricks, and the Unite move has a bit tricky to deploy. But outside of all that, like, the character is cut and dry. You have invisibility passive, like, I mean, you're getting some toddler tier passives right there. And Metagross. Metagross, I want to put it in high, but it just, at the end of the day, it has to play into low, because medium, because it's an auto attack based character. And that's what it is. When you're auto attack based character, look at the auto attack based characters in high skill tier list and think for a moment. Is there a single auto attack based character? No. Like, the ones that are auto attack based are heavily reliant on abilities to combo. And I would love to rate Gyarados, but we don't know where it is yet. But I hope everyone enjoyed my long version of what the tier lists are. Are you in toddler tier? Are you in high skill tier list? Are you medium skill, low skill? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Am I trolling? Am I on copium? Let me know. I'm fine with it. You know, don't abuse me too hard. But of course, I hope you loved the video. You were interested the whole time. Let me know what I can do to make it more interesting. Of course, I know I'm a pretty boring person, so I try my best for you guys. Let me know. Remember, like, sub, enjoy. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers and peace.